Interacting with the file systems. So far we've only covered the echo and whoami commands. So to recap, echo displays text, whoami displays who you are on the system. Not all that useful when you consider things that we need to do, including navigating the file system, read and write to it as well. In this task, you're going to be learning the commands so that we can do just that. Just like the previous task, I'll display the commands in the table in the next heading and show examples of these commands being used, interacting with the file systems. As I previously stated, being able to navigate the machine that you are logged into without relying on a desktop environment is pretty important. After all, what's the point of logging in if we can't do anything? So we have commands. We have list, ls, cd, change directory, cat, concatenate, and print working directory, pwd. Listing files in our current directory using the ls command. Before we can do anything, such as finding out the contents of any file or a folder, we need to know what exists in the first place. This can be done using the ls command, short for listing. All right, let's see if we do that. We should see something, and yes, we see. In the screenshot above, we can see there are the following directories: important files, my documents, notes, and pictures. Great, you can probably take a guess as to what to expect the folder to contain given by its name. Pro tip, you can list the contents of a directory without having to navigate to it by using the ls and the name of the directory. So we use the as, not change directory, and let's see what is the content of folder 4. You can see, we can see a note. Let's see what is folder 1. Nothing. Okay. ls folder 2. Nothing. ls folder 3. Pretty cool. It's absolutely nothing. All right. We see under folder power, we see something. Cool. And we are not using the change directory command, but I guess we'll use now. Changing our current directory, cd command. Now that we know what folder exists, we need to use the change directory cd command. Short form change directory to change to that directory. Say, if I wanted to open the pictures directory, I do cd pictures, where again, we want to find out the contents of this pictures directory, and to do so, we'd use ls again. All right, let's see. Well, morning, Daniel. All right, so he changed the directory from the default location, from the home direczione to actually it's root. It's not home. So he changed to pictures and then listed again. In this case, it looks like there are 4 pictures of dogs, outputting the contents of a file, cat. While it's knowing about the existence of files is great, it's not all that useful unless we're able to view the contents of them. We will come on to discuss some of the tools available to us that allows us to transfer files from one machine to another in a later room. But for now, we're going to talk about simply seeing the contents of text files using the command cat. All right. Cat is short for concatenating and is a fascinating way for us to output the contents of files, not just text files. In the screenshot below, you can see how I have combined the use of list to list the files within a directory called documents. So we are inside documents, we use the list command to see what's in there. We have a text file and we cat that text file in order to see the text inside it. We've applied some knowledge from, actually, let's go to folder 4 and then say cat note text. Hello world. We've applied some knowledge from earlier in this task to do the following. Used list to let us know what files are available in the documents folder of this machine. In this case, it is called todo.txt. We have then used cat to concatenate output the contents of this to do text file, where the contents are here's something important for you to do later. Pro tip, you can use the cat to output the contents of a file within directories without having to navigate to it by using the cat and then the name of the directory. That is cat home ubuntu documents to do.txt. Sometimes things like usernames, passwords, flags or configuration settings are stored within files where cat can be used to retrieve them. Finding out the full path to our current working directory. You'll notice as you progress through navigating your Linux machine, the name of the directory that you are currently working, it will be listed in your terminal. It's easy to lose track of where we are on the file system exactly, which is why I want to introduce PWD. This stands for Print Working Directory. Using the example machine from before, we are currently in the Documents folder, but where it is exactly on the Linux machine file system, we can find that out using the pwd command like within the screenshot below. And you can see in this example, even though we are in the Documents directory, by using the command pwd, we see the absolute path. Home, Ubuntu, Documents. Let's break this down. We already know we're in Documents thanks to our terminal, but at this point in time, we have no idea where Documents is stored. To that, we can get back to it easily in the future. I have used the pwd command to find the full file path of this document folder. The full file path is the absolute path. We're helpfully told by Linux that this Documents directory is stored under the full path, Home, Ubuntu, Documents on the machine. Great to know. Now in the future, if we find ourselves in a different location, we can just use change directory and then go back to Documents to change our working directory to this Documents directory. Cool. Answers the questions below. On the Linux machine that you deployed, how many folders are there? 4. Which directory contains a file? Folder 4. What is the contents of this text? Hello world. Use the cd command to navigate to this file to find out the new current directory. What is it? Okay, this is it. Cool.